Welcome back to Trash Plays Marvel Champions, and today we are playing Luke Cage, aka Luke Cage, and we're playing against Bloody Mary in the Protection Racket, and we're actually going to be using Expert Mode this time because I found Bloody Mary in Normal Mode to be quite underwhelming. So, let us roll to see which our Protection Racket is going to be, because in Expert Mode you don't get to pick which one, you select one randomly. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 on our die. And that's going to be a 6, which is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, that's going to be this middle one. We're going to set these to the side, and that's going to reveal the Hung Out to Dry. Force response after a character enters play in this play area. Deal 1 damage to it and place 1 threat here. Wow, that's not great for my leadership deck that comes with Luke Cage, but sure, we'll deal with it. And then we also have to reveal Bloody Mary in a random form. So set up, put the villain into play on a random side. So I'm just going to... Well, actually, that didn't really... Let's... Wow. Okay. So Bloody Mary is indeed going to be the one that is revealed, and this specifically says reveal it. So when revealed, deal 1 damage to each identity. So Luke Cage has 10 HP, and I'm going to take 1 damage already. And force interrupt when the villain phase ends, flip the villain, and if there are 3 more tokens here, the players win the game. I'm just going to put the tokens directly onto Bloody Mary because this takes up a lot of space. And the ways that we defeat Bloody Mary is either by defeating her 3 times, because we need 3 tokens, or by thwarting out the established trust, and we do that 3 times basically. 2 of each, or 2 and 1, 1 and 2, or 3 of 1, I guess. So let us begin. We're going to draw our hand for Luke Cage. That's going to be a hand size of 6 in alter ego form. Yes, 6 in alter ego. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And let's see what we get. Dynamic Duel, Power Man, Take a Stand, Iron Fist, Valkyrie, and Stand With Me. Okay. What do I want to do? I kind of want to... Well, I definitely want to play the Bernstein process, which I can search my deck for to get it into my hand, and that's going to cost 2. So I guess for my 2, I'm going to use my Stand With Me, and... What is Power Man? After a tough status card is discarded from Luke Cage, exhaust Power Man, draw a card. No, I definitely want to play this, so I guess I'll use my Take a Stand to pay for that. I will need 2 more to pay for the Bernstein process, which will come into my hand, and that leaves me with 2 cards in my hand, which I cannot actually play. I also don't really want to mulligan though, because it's not in my hand, and if I draw it, then I don't get the benefit of Luke Cage's ability, and he will basically have no alter ego ability. So I guess I'm just gonna stick with this. Doesn't feel great, but I think I'm gonna stick with this. So this is gonna be my hand. Now I'm gonna use Luke Cage's ability, search your deck and discard power for the Bernstein process upgrade, and add it to my hand, and that's gonna cost 2 to play. Bernstein process. Alter ego action. Exhaust Bernstein process. Give Luke Cage a tough status card. 2 tough status cards instead if he has none, which he currently does not have any. So now I'm going to use my Iron Fist and Valkyrie to pay for the Bernstein process. I'm going to exhaust my Bernstein process to give myself 2 tough status cards. And then I'm going to use Take a Stand to pay for Power Man. And I guess I'll leave the Dynamic Duel in my hand and discard the Stand With Me, so I can use my Dynamic Duel next turn to search for Iron Fist and whatever, and to bring that stuff back. So yeah, now I'm going to flip over to Hero Form. Luke Cage in Hero Form has Force Response after a tough status card is discarded from Luke Cage. He takes 1 unpreventable damage, which he doesn't have in Alter Ego, so I guess technically it's better to get rid of them in Alter Ego somehow if you can. And as for what I'm going to actually do, I guess I'm going to start by thwarting established trust for 2, because that seems easier. I only need to deal 11 from the established trust. Yeah, I only have to do 11 in an established trust, and I have to deal 13 to Bloody Mary when it comes to damage. And my thwart and my attack are both 2. So I guess that's gonna be it. Nothing else to do, yeah. So let's draw back up to 1, 2, 3, 4 more cards. And Bernstein's process I'm gonna put up here, I guess. And then we're going to put 1 on Hung Out to Dry. Whenever a character enters play in this play area, deal 1 damage to it and place 1 threat here. Does that come into play before the villains and heroes come into play? I'm actually not too sure about that, but I also don't care enough to look it up. So if it does, let me know, I guess. And now Bloody Mary is going to attack. She doesn't have anything special as far as attacking goes, so yeah, she's going to attack. I'm not going to defend this because there's no point. I only have 1 defense. So I could play Take a Stand, but there's no point to that. So yeah, I'm not going to defend this. She's attacking for 3 plus 0, so that's going to take off a tough. And Force Response activates. After a tough card is discarded from Luke Cage, I take 1 unpreventable damage. So that's going to put me up to 2 damage now, followed by a face-down card. So that face-down card is going to be Nova. When revealed, deal 1 damage to each character you control, you are stunned. That's going to get rid of a tough, and that's still going to deal me 1 damage, which is great, and now I'm stunned. So what the heck do I want to do now? I guess I could play my Dynamic Duel, use 2 for Dynamic Duel, use these 2 for Dynamic Duel, which will get me back Iron Fist, who will cost 3, and I won't have enough to play him, because the Power Man and Iron Fist is going to come into my hand, but I guess I could then use the Power Man and Iron Fist to actually play Iron Fist. He'll take 1 damage. I guess I might as well play my Righteous Purpose. Yeah, I guess I might as well play my Righteous Purpose, but I did not remove any of them from my deck, so this isn't exactly like my last opportunity to do it. Is this the last Dynamic Duel in my deck? No, I still have 1 more in my deck. Alright, fine. Let's use all 5 of my cards in my hand to play Iron Fist. This feels bad. So I'm going to use these 2 for the Dynamic Duel. I get to search my deck and discard pile for an ally named by that card's team-up keyword. Add that card to your hand. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to search for the Iron Fist and the Power Man and Iron Fist that I just discarded. These are going to go into my hand, and now I'm going to use all 3 of these to play Iron Fist. And then Hung Out to Dry is going to activate. Force response after a character enters play in display area. Deal 1 damage to it and place 1 threat here. So that's going to get 1 threat. Iron Fist is going to take 1 damage. And I guess... Oh! End of the villain phase. My bad. Bloody Mary is going to flip over, and she has toughness. So she gets to be tough, and I don't get to be tough. She has 1 attack. Force, Interauto, and Typhoid Mary would be defeated. Yeah, same thing. Okay, so basically she flips between being tough and dealing damage to you. Whereas in standard mode, she just flipped the stats and nothing else happened, which was kind of boring. Oh, wait a second. Hold on. No. When a tough card is discarded from Luke Cage, I'm going to exhaust the Power Man to draw a card, so I should have 1 more card in my hand then, which I would have used to pay for Iron Fist instead of the Power Man and Iron Fist. There you go. So now this card would be in my hand. It costs 0, so I can play this. I guess it doesn't actually really matter, but I guess now Luke Cage is going to attack to get rid of the stunned, and now I'm exhausted. Now I can play my Power Man and Iron Fist, deal 2 damage to an enemy, which will get rid of her tough, and I get to give a tough status card to a character. I'm going to give that to Iron Fist to defend for me, because I don't want Luke Cage taking the damage. Yeah, let's start having Iron Fist defend for me. And that's going to be the end of my turn, so everything's going to unexhaust. We're going to draw back up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then main scheme is going to get 1, bringing it up to 3. Typhoid Mary is going to attack. I have defensive formation, doesn't help. Yeah, okay. So I guess Iron Fist is going to defend this. He has tough, but he also prevents damage from an attack equal to his attack. So I believe the way this works is that when Typhoid Mary attacks, if she deals no damage, if it's all prevented by either his defense or, this is effectively his defense of 2, then the tough would not go away. That's what I believe happens. So she's attacking for 1 plus 0, so the tough doesn't go away because he prevents that damage equal to his attack. So he's now exhausted, but he took no damage, so he still has a tough, followed by a face down card, and that card is going to be Mr. Fish. So Mr. Fish attacks gains piercing and ranged, but piercing does nothing to Luke Cage. He's also going to take 1 damage, and that's going to put 1 threat onto Hung Out to Dry. And when revealed, Mr. Fish engages the player whose identity has the fewest remaining hit points. That's me, but that's okay. So now it's my turn. No, wait, no, not my turn, because Typhoid Mary is going to flip, and now she's going to deal 1 damage to each identity, so now I'm up to 4 damage. And now it's my turn. How many more Righteous Purposes do we have in our deck? Righteous Purpose, there's still 1 more. Alright, so I can waste this turn playing She-Hulk. I'm going to pay 4 for She-Hulk. She-Hulk has toughness, and when she enters play, put a tough card on my identity, so that's going to give me tough as well. And then Luke Cage is going to... Oh wait, no, but then the Hung Out to Dry is going to activate, which will deal 1 damage to She-Hulk, getting rid of her tough, and putting 1 on the Hung Out to Dry. So I guess I might as well have She-Hulk attack Mr. Fish, putting him up to 3, and then Luke Cage is going to attack Mr. Fish, putting it up to dead. And then She-Hulk is going to be dealt 2 consequential damage. She's still alive. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay. End of my turn. Everything unexhaust. Drawing back up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sweet Christmas, Stand With Me, Metal Bracer, Misty Knight, Dynamic Duel. Okay, main scheme's going to get 1, putting it up to 6 out of 10. Bloody Mary's going to attack. I'm going to take this because I have tough, so she's attacking for Star. Resolve discards when revealed abilities, change a venue, and apparently the surge does count as saying when revealed. So this will surge. And I now have to swap the main scheme with a random set-aside scheme. Cool. But that will not deal enough damage to... I suppose I should do this right away. So this Hung Out to Dry is going to go away. We're going to get a random one of these. I guess I'm just going to roll the dice again, and 1 to 8, basically. So 7, it's just going to be this last one, and our new main scheme is going to be Pawn Shop Showdown. Reduce the cost to play the first upgrade played into this area each round by 1. After an attachment or upgrade enters play in this play area, place 1 threat here. Okay. But again, she did not do enough damage to actually go through my tough. I don't think there is a way for that to happen. So my tough is going to go away. I'm going to take 1 damage, and I'm going to exhaust my Power Man to draw a card. Now the villain's gonna deal themselves a card, and now we're gonna flip over. This is gonna be Hail Blades. When revealed, if Mary Walker attachment is in play, flip and reveal Established Trust. Flip and reveal Established Trust. Flip it and reveal Established Trust. Okay, I see. The villain attacks you even if you are in alter ego form. So now the villain is attacking me. So she's attacking me for 3. I don't have a tough. I guess Iron Fist is gonna defend this one for me. And she's attacking for 3 plus 1, no piercing, so that's just going to get rid of Iron Fist stuff. Followed by a second face down card. This is going to be Swoop Down. When revealed in hero form, the villain and each minion engaged with you attacks you. Each aerial enemy gets plus 2 attack for this activation. She's attacking once again. I guess I will use She-Hulk to jump block this time. So she's attacking for 3 plus star. If Bloody Mary is activating, take 2 damage. This is Bloody Mary, so I'm taking 2 damage, I guess. I'm up to 7 damage. She-Hulk is defeated. Everything is bad. And now it's my turn. Okay. So the first upgrade played into this play area, each round is reduced by 1. So my Metal Bracers is an upgrade, so I can play this. That's going to put 1 threat onto the main scheme, putting it up to 7 out of 10. This gives Luke Cage Retaliate 1, and when any amount of damage will be dealt to Luke Cage, exhaust Metal Bracers to reduce that damage by 1. Oh, sorry. End of the villain phase. I always forget about this. I have to flip Typhoid Mary, so now she has toughness. So she's going to get tough. And I guess now I'm going to use 3. I want to play Misty Knight, but I also want to play Stand With Me. Not to remove threat, because it's only going to remove 1 threat, but for the tough status card. I think Misty Knight is the better option, so I'm going to use these 3 then to play Misty Knight. Misty Knight has toughness, and she gets plus 2 attack and plus 2 thwart while she has a tough status card, and I'm not even going to bother putting it on her, because I'm going to use her right away to thwart the main scheme by 3, because she is a tough, and that's going to get rid of the tough. Now she's exhausted. Luke Cage is also going to thwart 2 from the main scheme, just in case Typhoid Mary schemes while she has that plus 3 scheme. Don't want to deal with that. And I'm going to keep the Genius in my hand. As for Luke Cage, I don't want to flip over this turn. Yeah, I don't want to flip over this turn. So, drawing back up to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everything's going to unexhaust, and the Pawn Shop is going to get 1, bringing it up to 3. Typhoid Mary is going to attack. I am going to... She only has 1 attack. I'm at 7 out of 10. If she boosts for 3, I will lose. Let's have Iron Fist defend this and hope he doesn't die. So she's attacking for 1 plus star. If Typhoid Mary is activating, deal 3 damage to an ally you control. This is Typhoid Mary. Unbelievable. I can't believe this is actually... They're all working out in her favor. Okay, so I have to deal 3 damage to an ally I control. This is going to deal 0 damage to Iron Fist. I think it's better to have that damage dealt to Misty Knight, so Misty Knight is defeated from this, but Iron Fist won't take any damage from this. He has 2 attack, it's preventing 2 of her 1 attack, so I don't take any damage. Followed by a face down card, and that card is going to be the Owl, Quick Strike. The Owl's attack scheme piercing, so he's attacking for 2. I'm gonna just take this, I'm up to 9 damage. But I do have Retaliate 1, so he's gonna take 1 damage. Wow, I can't play anything in my hand. That's incredible. Unbreakable Bond requires Jessica Jones. Cruising for a Bruising I can technically play. Take a Stand is after I defend, which I didn't defend. And then I have 2 resources in my hand. That's incredible. Alright. Well, the Owl does have 1 damage on him, so I guess I will put the Cruising for a Bruising on the Owl. Attached to a minion, max 1 per minion. Attacks against attached minion, deal 2 additional damage and gain overkill. So I'm gonna put that onto the Owl. Luke Cage is gonna attack the Owl. So he only has 2 attack, but this is gonna bring it up to 4 damage. He only has 5 HP, so that's gonna defeat the Owl at the very least. Followed by... I guess I'm going to flip over... Oh, sorry. I always forget about this. Typhoid Mary is going to flip over. That's going to do Bloody Mary, deal 1 damage to each identity, but I'm going to exhaust my Metal Bracers when she does that. Hero Interrupt, I was in Hero form when that should have happened, to reduce the amount of damage dealt by 1, so I wouldn't take any damage from that, and I wouldn't lose from Bloody Mary coming out. And I'm in alter ego form, so now I'm going to use my bursting process to give myself 2 tough status cards. Unfortunately, I cannot heal because I'm currently exhausted, and that means that the Pawn Showdown is going to be able to, she's going to be able to scheme, but she only has 1 scheme at the moment. Yeah, this is the better option. So I'm going to discard these 2 cards and draw back up to 6. A second, okay, no wait, a power, so many resources and nothing to play them with. Okay, main scheme is going to get 2, no, 1, sorry, main scheme is going to get 1. Bloody Mary is going to scheme, she's scheming for 1 plus 0, so that's going to put 1 onto the main scheme. Followed by a face down card, and that face down card is going to be Psionic Slash when revealed if Mary Walker, blah blah blah, the villain scheme. Wait, the villain schemes? Wait, no. What? I thought Psionic Slash. Huh. So I guess Herald of Blades was the one where she attacks you. So now she's going to scheme again. So it's a good thing she's in the Bloody Mary form. Okay. So she's going to scheme for 1 plus, don't boost for. I don't think it matters what she boosts for, she's not going to win. So that's going to be scheme for another 1, that's going to put it up to 6 out of 10. That was the face down card, I believe, so now we're going to flip Bloody Mary, and she has toughness, but she's already tough, and now it's my turn. I'm going to use my bursting process to give myself another tough card. I don't see any reason to I'm going to exhaust myself to heal for 4. Right, that's the reason why I'm like this. So I'm going to heal for 4, I'm back down to 5 damage, followed by flipping back over to hero form. I guess I should start paying for stuff, so I guess I will use my Power of Leadership to pay for Fogwell's Gym. I can't use Cruisin' for a Bruisin'. Harlem's Hero, give Luke Cage a tough status card. For each tough status card on Luke Cage, choose a character you control and ready it. Okay. Okay. So I guess in that case, Iron Fist is going to do nothing. I kind of still want him around to block with. Never mind, he's not going to do anything. I can't use Cruisin' for a Bruisin', so I guess I will use my Power of Leadership to pay for Harlem's Hero. Give me another tough status card, so I'm up to 4. And now I get to ready Luke Cage. Unfortunately, I can't flip over and heal, and Luke Cage is going to thwart the main scheme by 2. As for Cruisin' for a Bruisin' and Genius, I'm going to discard the Cruisin' for a Bruisin'. I'm going to keep the Genius just in case. Yeah, I think that's the correct play. So that's going to be the end of my turn, drawing back up to 5. And main scheme's going to get 1. Typhoid Mary is going to attack. Yeah, she's attacking for 1. Iron Fist is still going to block this. And that's going to be a boost of Boost. If Bloody Mary is activating, which she is not, I am confused. So this is a boost of 1. That gives her 2 attack. Iron Fist has 2 defense, basically, so Iron Fist does not take any damage, followed by a face down card. That face down card is going to be Exhaustion. So this is double Surge. Excellent. No, this is Surge and Exhaust Your Identity. So I am exhausted, and I'm going to have to reveal another card, and that card is going to be Telekinesis. Attached to the villain, spend 2 mental resources to discard this card. If Typhoid Mary is activating, take 3 indirect. Oh, that's the boost. So that just gives her +2 scheme. As long as she doesn't scheme, I think it's okay. How many of the advances are in here? 1. Okay, I might need to get rid of that. End of the villain phase. She is going to flip back over to Bloody Mary, deal 1 damage to each identity, and I'm going to actually, you know what? I think I'm okay with letting that through. I could use Metal Bracers to reduce that by 1, but I think I want to get rid of a tough status card so that I can, so I can draw a card, actually. Yeah, so I'm going to get rid of a tough status card. And that's, no, but then that's going to deal me 1 damage as well. I don't want, no, screw that. I'm going to exhaust my Metal Bracers to reduce that damage by 1. So now it's my turn. Exhausted. Cool. No, wait, I have Fogwell's Gem. Never mind. I'm not going to exhaust this. I'm going to exhaust Power Man. I'm going to take the damage. The tough is going to go away. So I'm up to 6 damage. And then I'm going to exhaust the Fogwell's Gem to ready this character so Luke Cage is now readied. Better idea, yes. I guess I'll use my Genius. Hero action, spend 2 mental resources. I have 2 mental resources for my Genius to get rid of this card. I don't have enough to pay for Hulk in that case. Oh wait, did I draw a card? I don't think I drew a card. Let me draw a card. That card is going to be Energy. Great. Yeah, I think in that case the play is to play Hulk. So I'm going to use my Energy, Sweet Christmas, and my Innovation to pay Hulk. And because I spent Innovation, I now get to heal 1 damage from an ally I control, so that's going to heal 1 damage from Iron Fist. And I'm going to leave the Righteous Purpose in my hand so I can play that next turn. So Luke Cage then is going to thwart 2 from the main scheme, bringing it back down to 3, and that's going to be the end of my turn. Yeah, I don't want Hulk to attack just yet. So, drawing back up to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's going to be the end of my deck. So now we're going to get dealt with the face down card. And now I have to shuffle my discard. Where the heck is Jessica Jones? Did I not draw her? Huh, apparently I did draw her. Alright. Okay, main scheme gets 1. Bloody Mary is attacking. Bloody Mary's attacking. She's a 3 attack. She's probably going to be able to defeat Iron Fist in that case, so I'm going to defend. I'm not going to defend this. I'm just going to take it. So, yes, I'm just taking this. She's attacking for 3 plus 3. Luckily, I have a tough, so I don't take any damage from this. And well, I do still take 1 damage from this. A tough went away, so I get to exhaust Power Man to draw a card. I do have Retaliate 1, so she's going to take 1 damage to get rid of her tough, although it's not going to matter. It's going to come back as soon as she flips. I'm not going to exhaust Fogwell's Gem. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay, now we're going to get dealt a second face down card, and that first one is going to be Shadows of the Past. Cool. So Shadows, I can't believe Shadows of the Past keeps coming up every single game I'm playing. Every single game I'm playing. So I guess my nemesis is going to be Cottonmouth. Yeah, he's the only one that says Nemesis minion at the bottom. So Cottonmouth, and then side scheme is going to be Venomous Whispers. And then these 3, there's 2 minions and an attachment. They're going to get shuffled into the encounter deck. So what are these? Each Serpent Society minion cannot be attacked. That sucks. When defeated, the defeating player discards cards from the top of the encounter deck until a Serpent Society minion is discarded and reveals that minion. Wow, that's so bad. That's so bad. As for Cottonmouth, force response after Cottonmouth attacks. He attacks the same character 2 additional times. Limit once per phase. He only has 1 attack, but he attacks 3 times, so wow, so that like shreds through my toughs. Holy cow, that's so bad. Wait, and his boost says deal this card to Luke Cage player as a face-down encounter card. What is wrong with this Nemesis set? Bloody Mary did attack me though, so 1 counter is going to be put onto Hulk. Followed by, yeah, there's no quick strike, so the next face-down card is going to be Wanted. Hero action, discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until a police minion is discarded and put into play. Engage with you to discard, and it has an acceleration icon until I get rid of it. Now Bloody Mary's going to flip over, and she's going to have toughness. And now it's my turn. I can't attack Cottonmouth until I throw out the Venomous Whispers, who will then reveal another minion. I guess now would be a good time to play my Righteous Purpose. I should get that out at some point. So now every character I control that has exactly 1 hit point remaining gets +2 thwart and +2 attack. I'm also at 7 damage. This sucks. Let's use Luke Cage to thwart the Venomous Whispers, bringing it down to 1. Iron Fist is going to thwart it again to defeat it, and he's going to take 1 consequential damage, and he's also exhausted. This is going to be defeated, so now I have to discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until a Serpent Society minion is revealed. And reveal it. Serpent Society. So now Ask is going to come into play. 1 scheme, 2 attack, 4 HP. Force response after Ask schemes against you, you are stunned. Okay, and now I can attack Cottonmouth. Alright, well, I think I figured out how I'm going to get through this turn. It's not very pleasant, but I guess this is what I'm going to do. So, I am going to start by putting Cruisin' for Bruisin' onto Cottonmouth. That's going to attach to a minion, max 1 per minion, attacks against the attached minion, deal 2 additional damage, and overkill. Then I'm going to use a defensive formation to pay for Knuckle Sandwich. This is going to be a hero action attack, deal 3 damage to an enemy. I can discard a tough status card from Luke Cage to return this event to my hand. So that's going to deal 5 damage to Cottonmouth because of the Cruisin' for a Bruisin', so Cottonmouth is going to be defeated. And I'm also going to, for the Knuckle Sandwich, discard a tough status card from myself, which will deal me 1 damage, which is very, very... I don't... whatever. And that's going to come back into my hand, and when that does come back into my... when I discard a tough status card from a defender character, I'm going to exhaust the gem to ready my Luke Cage. Then I'm going to use my defensive formation to pay for the Knuckle Sandwich again to deal 3 damage to Apps, and then Luke Cage is going to attack Apps to defeat Apps as well. So now they are defeated, and that's going to be the end of my turn. And we're going to unexhaust everybody. Let us draw back up to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Main scheme is going to get 2 because of the Wanted, so this is going to go up to 6 out of 10. Typhoid Mary, yeah, this is Typhoid Mary. Typhoid Mary is going to attack. I'm going to have Iron Fist defend this again. And, sorry, am I going to have Iron Fist defend this again? I forgot what my plan was with him. There was something about, oh wait, I have 2 Take a Stands in my hand? Wow. Actually, I think I might just play some Take a Stands. You know what? Yeah, let's do that. I am going... Okay, so this is going to be after your hero defends. So I do have to defend, which is unfortunate, because I'm just going to lose my tough, but whatever. I'm going to defend, and then she's going to attack. I'm defending. I don't have anything that increases my defense or anything, so that's going to boost for 1, so that's going to be a total of 1 damage. or sorry, 2 damage, and I have Retaliate 1, so that's going to deal 1 damage back to her, which will get rid of her Tough. The Tough on me is going to go away, which is going to deal me 1 damage. I'm going to exhaust Power Man to let me draw a card. I'm also going to exhaust Fogwell's Gym to ready Luke Cage. And I'm going to use the Righteous Purpose to pay for Take a Stand, and I'm going to use my Misty Knight to pay for its second Take a Stand. So after my hero defends, each ally I control gets +1 thwart and +1 attack till the end of the phase. That's going to happen twice. So both my guys are going to have +2 to each stat. Hulk is going to get a counter because I was just attacked by the villain, followed by a face down card. So this face down card is going to be Cop. Quick Strike vulnerable, he's attacking for 2. I can't really take this Quick Strike, unfortunately. So I think I'm going to have Iron Fist defend this. I really didn't want to do that, but Iron Fist is going to defend this, and he won't take any damage from this. And now it's my turn. Okay, so I can't use my Dynamic Duel. Wow, that's just like completely wasted my turn. I was going to have Iron Fist thwart the main scheme to get it down by 5. Or, sorry. They only get +1 thwart and +1 attack. That was... No, Take a Stand is bad. I should not have done that. I should not have done that. I would have only thwarted 3 from the main scheme. Typhoid Mary, right, is going to flip. That's going to reveal Bloody Mary. I am at 9 damage, but I can reduce the damage I take when she reveals by using my Metal Bracer to exhaust this, reduce the damage by 1. Because my plan was to have Iron Fist thwart the main scheme. It would go down by 3, and then Bloody Mary would be out, so I could flip over and heal. But that's not really going to happen. I just realized I have exactly 1 HP remaining at the moment, and this says each character you control that has exactly 1 hit point remaining gets +2 thwart and +2 attack. So I guess I can go Luke Cage, thwart the main scheme for 4, because this gives me +2 thwart, so I have 4 thwart at the moment, so it goes from 6 down to 2. That's going to exhaust me, and I'm going to flip over to not Luke Cage. No, before that, I'm going to use my Power Man and Iron Fist. So this is going to deal 2 damage to an enemy and give a tough status card to a character. I'm going to give that tough status card to Hulk. And that will also allow me to deal 2 damage to an enemy, so I'm going to deal that 2 damage to Bloody Mary, so she will finally have taken some damage, I guess. And Dynamic Duel's in my hand. I'm just going to discard this. That's not going to do anything for me. So, yeah. Alter Ego action. I'm going to use my Bursting Process to give myself 2 tough status cards. And then that's going to be the end of my turn, I guess. Now we're going to have to hope that they don't do an advance. I draw back up to 6 this time. That's the good news, I guess. So there's Jessica Jones, Metal Bracer. A second Metal Bracer would be nice, I guess. Okay. So main scheme's going to get 2, putting it up to 4. Bloody Mary is going to scheme for... Yeah, Bloody Mary is going to scheme for 1 plus 2, so that's going to be another 3 onto the main scheme. Followed by Cop attempting to scheme, but because when he schemes he attacks the villain instead, that's going to deal 2 more damage to Bloody Mary. So now she's up to 4 damage, followed by a face down card, and that face down card is going to be Flight Serum. Attached to a non-aerial enemy, otherwise this card gains Surge. The attached enemy gains Aerial. Hero action, discard an attack event from your hand to discard this card. I think I can just give this to the Cop. So now he has +1 scheme and +1 attack, so he has 3 attack. And if I just stay in Alter Ego form, he can attack Bloody Mary from me, I guess. Now it's my turn. I'm going to use my Bursting Process again to give myself another tough status card. I'm also going to exhaust myself to heal myself for 4, because I kind of have to. I am shocked that he doesn't have any, increased recovery in his deck. Sorry. End of the villain phase. She's going to flip over. She has toughness. She's going to get a tough. I always forget about that. And I kind of feel like I should be playing Jessica Jones just to... Yeah, if I play Jessica Jones, she can start thwarting stuff really nicely. I think that's the best idea, is to play Jessica Jones. So Jessica Jones is going to cost 3. Metal Bracer is going to cost 1. So if I do this, plus this, that's going to give me enough to play both of these. Yeah, okay. So I guess what I will do then is use my Innovation to pay for Metal Bracer. And when I play Innovation, I get to heal 1 from an ally. I'm going to heal 1 from Iron Fist, and then I'm going to use Sweet Christmas. And no, let's save the Sweet Christmas just in case. I'm going to use my Genius and my Dynamic Duo to pay for Jessica Jones, so that's my 3rd ally, and I'm going to leave the Sweet Christmas in my hand. Jessica Jones gets +1 thwart and +1, just +1 thwart for every tough status card on my identity to a maximum of 4, so I have 3 on me, so she currently has 4 thwart. Jessica Jones is going to thwart 4 from the main scheme, bringing it back down to 3. She's going to be exhausted, and she's going to take 1 damage, followed by Iron Fist. Iron Fist would do nothing. Hulk will also do nothing for this turn. I think I want to get one more turn of being an alter ego. So yeah, I'm going to end my turn with saving Sweet Christmas in my hand, drawing back up to 6. This is going to be 6. There's my Valkyrie, Dynamic Duel, take a stand, stand with me, Righteous Purpose. Okay. So main scheme's going to get 2. And then Typhoid Mary... Oh, wait, hold up. Typhoid Mary is currently in 3. It's going to be... No. I'm sorry, I do have to flip over. Actually. So this would not be in the top of my deck, because if she schemes, I'm going to lose. If she boosts for like 2 or whatever, I'm going to lose. So pretend I didn't do that. Pretend I flipped over. So now I have, 5 cards in my hand. I still won't do anything with anyone else. So yeah, that's going to get 2. Typhoid Mary is going to attack me. And I am not going to play Take a Stand, because that's freaking garbage. Everything should be unexhausted, so I guess I'm going to have my Iron Fist block this. So she's attacking for... Do I want to have Iron Fist block this, or do I want to just take it and... No, I'm going to have Iron Fist block this still. So she's attacking for 1 plus star. Give the activating enemy an additional boost card. So that's going to be... If this activation is attack, place threat on the main scheme equal to the excess damage dealt by this attack. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. What does excess damage mean? Does that mean like overkill-wise? Okay, so that's going to be like overkill-wise. So she's attacking for 4 total onto Iron Fist, who has 2 defense, which will deal 2 damage to Iron Fist, not killing him, and now he has the boosted attack and thwart. Okay. That's not going to do anything. Cop is going to attack me for 3. I think I'm actually just going to let that attack through, so this tough is going to go away, and I'm going to exhaust my Power Man to draw a card. I'm going to... Oh, I suppose I should have used my Fogwell's... Nah, it's fine, it's whatever. So yeah, that's going to do 2 retaliate damage to this cop, so now they're 1 HP away from death. Oh, sorry, Metal Bracer is an upgrade, so it should have costed 1 less, so it should have been free, and this should now have 1 more threat on it, so it's at 6 out of 10. And now we're going to reveal a card, and that card is going to be Scavenge Bulwark. Surge. When reveal, give the villain a tough status card. They already have a tough status card, followed by the Surge of Advance. The villain scheme. That's a 5 scheme. I lose. Alright. I gotta be... Yeah, to be completely honest, I'm not feeling Luke Cage, like, at all. This entire game, I was like, so when do I get to, like, do something? When do I get to, like, play and do something cool? Or, like, I don't know, do something big, or even pull off a combo? Anything besides just sit here and take hits. I probably played that very badly. I'm fully aware that I played that pretty badly on, like, 2 or 3 of those turns. But I don't even think I lost because it's expert. I think I just lost because this just didn't feel great to play. And I wasn't really sure what I was supposed to be doing with Luke Cage. And I'm still not sure what I'm supposed to be doing with Luke Cage. So I guess if you have pointers, let me know. But yeah, that's my first game with Luke Cage. Way worse than my first game with Jessica Jones. Even when I was playing Jessica Jones and I wasn't like winning and I wasn't doing anything cool, I had that like anticipation, right? Like something cool is coming up. When I get to finally use my alias investigations, I'm going to be able to, you know, pop off. And, you know, eventually I did get to pop off. Whereas with Luke Cage, I'm just like, so when do I... What am I supposed to be doing here? What's the plan? Am I literally just sitting here taking hits and, like, drawing cards to do nothing with them because there's nothing cool when it comes to Luke Cage? I don't understand. I don't know. Maybe... Yeah, let me know if there's something I'm not getting. Let me know if there's a different way I should be trying to play or a different aspect he's supposed to be played in. Probably protection. Honestly, probably protection. And hopefully I'll see you next time, I guess. Goodbye.